Hello, everyone. I'm Vidrani, and welcome to Speak Easy. This is a very, very special edition. It's the New Year special, and we have the performer of the year who's ended this year with a bang for the entire industry, for his fans and the audience, and he's brought alive back the feeling of theaters. I'm talking about the super talented Ranveer Singh. Hello, man of the moment.
Thank you, ma'am. Very kind words. Thank you so much.
In its true sense, you have brought back a lot of people into the theaters. Sooryavanshi and now theaters, with 83. It's great, Ranveer. And I know how important this is for you.
I think what's most important is that at the end of the day, I'm an entertainer. What do I really want is that I'm able to entertain a whole load of people. Um, it really, I'm going to take this to another level in my response. So mine, but this is what I really feel. I feel like we're in the Ghor Kalyug. We're in the worst time that probably the world or the universe has ever seen. And if you look around you, it's just agonizing. You know, um, I feel like there is agony in just existing, and I think life is a journey, right? So we're all on our respective paths, and it's a very difficult path. Everybody's fighting their own battles. Everybody's सबकी जिंदगी में कोई ना कोई problem है. It's heavy. It's a burdensome to just exist in the world today, and that has become way more pronounced in the past 2.5 years in the time of the pandemic. If you see what's happening around you, personally, मेरे emotions का जो घड़ा है वो एकदम full. I see as an empath, as a person with a bent, an inclination towards being empathetic towards others. I feel that pain and suffering, and I feel like since we're all walking on this journey, and it's such a difficult journey, I just want to be the guy who entertains you along the way. Come, I'll sing you a song, I'll entertain you, I'll tell you a story, I'll make you feel light. You'll cry, and after you cry, you'll feel really light and lovely. And if you laugh, you'll feel light. I just want to, matlab, आओ, I want to be the guy. आओ यार, मैं आपका बोझ हल्का करूं अपने छोटे से वे में. तो I um feel like bringing the comic relief in Sooryavanshi, which got spoken about so much and loved and appreciated. Rohit Shetty actually told me, he said, you are going to get the love of an entire film for 10 days of work that you've done, Sooryavanshi. And I was like, man, Rohit just loves me. He's just biased. He's just really happy with the way I performed. But he was right. I got the love of a whole film for cameo. He was absolutely right. Then when 83 came out, now I'm like, wow, this is wonderful. Sooryavanshi, 83 coming on the back of Sooryavanshi, you make you make people laugh and entertain them. Then comes 83 and you make people feel this range of emotions. People are crying, laughing, clapping, cheering. The kind of messages I've got, the kind of effusive um, praise that's coming my way, the kind of emphatic language that people using in the messages that they're sending me and writing about me. This is unprecedented. I've been in the movie business 10 years now. I've been a performer, but there has been there has not been a reaction like this to any of my films or performances ever. This is just this is it's so much in volume, and it's so emphatic in its and so potent in it's just very overwhelming. Whether it's industry seniors and fraternity members who I respect and admire so much, whether it's audiences, paying audiences, whether it's the players whose story, who this is about, or even my friends and family. My friends and family, they always tell me like it is. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. If it's pathetic, it's pathetic. If it's outstanding, then they tell me that too. But I have not heard or seen them react all this way ever. So yeah, it's a very special time for me. And 83 is a very special film for me. This kind of um, avalanche of love and appreciation is new for me. I've experienced, but not to this degree ever before. So yeah, something that is just I I'm just most of the time speechless and overwhelmed, just filled with an immense amount of gratitude.
I feel everything has been connected to a film like this. So tell me, Ranveer, I know that you must be a tad bit disappointed because, of course, the pandemic is still going on and it would have been huge, huge collection. But I feel it's balancing it out, isn't it? Yes, I know numbers matter for a lot of things, but in a film like this, I don't think that matters at all.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not somebody who concerns myself with numbers beyond a point. Um, uh, Big box office is great. It just empowers you to greenlight films which have spectacle value that deserve to be seen on the big screen, which is one of my endeavors, to champion the cause of the theatrical, especially in the age where the OTT vertical has come to the fore. And I think OTT is great. It creates job opportunities for a lot of creative people, writers, actors, and I think it's wonderful. But I want to bring people into theaters. For that, you have to promise them a big screen spectacle. For that, you need box office in order to lead the charge, to mount a film, to greenlight a film such as that. But but again, the reasons for my attaching importance and value to box office, it just ties back into the artist in me, the entertainer in me. I want to entertain many, many people. And so this, I don't like, I've seen peers and colleagues of mine, co-actors of mine, who on the Friday, on the Saturday of release, they're like hounds, like on the phone. They're not talking to their producer. Sometimes they're talking to trade people directly, and they're like, "यहाँ कितना है? CPCI में कितना है? Hind belt में कितना किया? South में कितना आ रहा है? International, overseas." And I'm not, I don't do that. And usually, to be honest, I do ask like at least once on the Friday or Saturday. So what are the opening numbers? At least I'll open my phone and check out what did the film open at. I remember on Saturday evening, someone brought it up to me, and I was like, man, in this case, it's Saturday evening. It's been almost the second day of release, and I haven't asked once that what the number. That's the kind of love that this film is getting. Because in this case, of course, there were many special screenings and people were seeing it is in advance. Industry and fraternity, friends and family. So that wo hawa, well, not even hawa. It's a storm. I wouldn't call it a wave. It's like a tsunami. I was already submerged in that, and I had no time to pop my head out and ask numbers kya hai. It's just been a flood of love, appreciation to a degree, to a emphatic degree that I've never experienced before. It's unprecedented and it's overwhelming. Like you mentioned, there have been some really memorable films that I've had the good fortune of being a part of, and some distinctive characters that I've received a lot of love and appreciation for. But this one is, I don't have any words to really explain it. The great part about the digital age is whatever people are feeling, they can express it to you one to one, whether it's text message, WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, anything. So what people are feeling is there for you to see.
Yeah.
If I open my phone right now, I it's I'm speechless. I'm just um I I'm overwhelmed when I read messages from, the kind of messages and what they're saying from the original players of the 83 squad, from people, my industry fraternity members whose work I love and admire, like scenes like really people who are widely admired and I admire, co-actors, um, my own diehard fans, who have following my journey since Band Baja Para. Even their messages this time are very, very different. Um, they they're longer, and the what they're saying within them, this kind of, it's really an avalanche of love and appreciation, and I know that 83 is going through a tough time, because of the circumstances, in that sense, but whoever's seeing it is connecting with it, or to a to a level that is rare. you
Yeah.
know it's
Yeah.
rare to see these kind of scenes inside cinema halls. It's rare. Like, I saw it last time. I saw it was Lagan. I went to see Lagan in Gedi
Exactly.
Galaxy with four friends. That was like 20 years ago, and
Yeah.
you're seeing that, and it's like once in 2 decades a film like this comes, and I'm happy and proud that I am a part of it.
The reason I also mentioned is that you got mentioned in the best performers of the female 2021 panel, with Tapsi, Pariniti, and Sanya, and everybody else. You got a special mention because Tapsi said she picked your Sooryavanshi performance as the most surprising and entertaining performance for her. So, what are your comments on that, Mr. Ranveer Singh?
I'm hugely appreciative of Tapsi's reaction to that performance. I did receive a message from her incidentally, and I replied to it as well. I think she's a wonderful performer. I There are some performances of hers for me that really, really stand out. So yeah, this kind of appreciation coming from somebody else whose work you admire makes you feel great. And yeah, I guess I was set up for it, or the film was set up for it, because it's a little bit of a serious film up until Simmba enters, and Simmba is one of my favorite characters. Personally, if you ask me,
Mm.
I love playing Simmba, and I'm so happy that Rohit sir intends to make it into a franchise. I'm so happy that I got to reprise the role of Simmba, because I just love being in that skin. I love Simba. I love this like tough guy with a soft heart, and who's just an absolutely naughty, mischievous, kind of uh, you know uh, entertainer. I love Simba. I love watching Simba. It personally, again, if you ask me, one of my, and I was having an academic discussion, obviously now, because coming off of the back of 83, I am discussing my craft at length with you, in this instance, but also former director of mine, my mentor, um, uh, 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 co-actors, who I've worked with, who have not worked with, just everybody, and their बात, coming off the back of Kapil, ये बात छिड़ जाती है कि about the diversity of characters and the versatility in the repertoire, and then just coming off of that, I happen to explicate to them how one of my highest rated performances of mine is the Simba, because every other kind of genre is is well, but this takes a very special skill. And when I say this, I mean masala. To take to adopt at very, very high pitch, the masala pitch, the mainstream Hindi masala film wala pitch, and to make it still feel genuine and authentic whilst also delivering all the punches, balancing the drama. That was a very skilled performance. When I look back, I give myself the maximum amount of points for Simmba, because also for mainstream leading men, for actors, it's like आप सब कुछ कर सकते हो और फिर एक ये है, और सवाल हमेशा ये है कि अब ये करके दिखाओ, because that's the holy grail, right? Mass, the holy grail for mainstream leading men. It's when you're able to pull something like that off with panache, that deserves props. So one of my favorite skins to be in Simmba, and one of those performances for which I can really give myself a pat on the back for.
I want to know, what was the most difficult part about playing Kapil Dev on screen? What did you struggle with the most?
The bowling. That was just too difficult, man. The thing is, fundamentally, it was going to be difficult when I knew I was a very good batsman. I've been a really good batsman since school. So I wasn't worried about that. Neither was my coach, Mr. Balvinder Singh Sandhu, who's a 83 legend himself, we're so privileged that he was our coach, and his contribution to our film is invaluable in a way which I cannot even express in words. So on day one, he was like, "Man, you're a damn good batsman." I was like, "I know." But it was the bowling. When he saw me bowling, he was like, "Bro, oh my God, this looks impossible to me. Like, how are you gonna do this?" We tried for weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks into training, and we were making no headway. And my batting was getting better, my fielding was getting better, and my physical conditioning was becoming like a professional athlete. Everything was happening, but bowling बस कुछ crack ही नहीं पा रहा था. Finally, Balu sir was like, "You know what? It's not going to work till you change your physicality." Now, why was it always going to be challenging? Because coupled physically, he has a physique that is very different from mine. I have been bodybuilding since I was 16 years old, so I have a little bit of a Pelwan type of body. And that's exactly what Balu sir said, because I had just finished Simmba, where I was at my buffest, So I had so much muscle mass in my chest and my shoulders. I just couldn't, it just wouldn't go. So I lose all of this first and change my entire physical biomechanics to achieve that, which was very difficult, because in spite of losing all the muscle mass, Kapil's wrists and his fingers are still longer. His shoulder still has the ability to flex further. The way his anterior chain, his posterior chain, these are all athletic terms. The way his biomechanic anterior and posterior chain is designed is vastly different from mine. I have a completely different body. So to achieve that iconic bowling action, and you're playing Kapil Dev in the definitive 83 film, people are already going to look at this with a magnifying glass. Not only do you have to do good, you can't just be good. You have to get it spot on. And that is going to it's going to take a lot of work to achieve that level. In fact, Kapil sir himself was like, when I saw you doing your homework, I knew you being a solid actor, all these mannerisms and this voice and these expressions and the body language and this and this and this and all of these things. I didn't actually doubt you, because I've seen your work before, and I know you're a solid performer. And that it was the cricket that I was going to be looking out for, because that has to look convincing and professional grade. So it was a function of bowling for hours every day. I would train for 4 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, cricket in the morning for 4 hours, physical conditioning for 2 hours in the evening, character development and readings all afternoon. So it was 4 months of homework and 4 months of training throughout the shooting process as well. My band of boys, my cast members, I love them so much. We have such a beautiful bond. Never experienced this kind of bonding with any ensemble before. We are so connected. Um, they are, they love going out and stuff in London and Glasgow, and they'd always complain कि तू हमारे साथ कभी आता नहीं है. I'd be like, man, I got to sleep because I need to get my ass onto the cricket pitch at 7 in the morning. But that itself was a trip. It was a delight for me to be playing that cricket. So 4 months of prep and 4 months of shooting. So for about 8 months, essentially for 4 hours a day, I was just bowling, constantly just trying to get it right, trying to get it right. And all my cricketer friends were like, "We're watching you. You had better not screw up Paji's action." So I knew that people would be looking at this with a magnifying glass, but I put in the work, and uh, there are pockets of people who are recognizing the just how spot on it is, and
Yeah.
it's something I had to do. I would be disappointed with myself if I wasn't able to achieve it. If you put in the work, if you put in the time, if you put your mind to anything, you can crack just about anything. And as difficult and as challenging as this was for me, I I I put in the work, and I did it, and it's a proud achievement for me.
But most of the lineup that you have, and and I want you to talk and tell me a little about them, have of course again that entire theatrical feel to it, and I think that is great. I know that's the track you're going with, but sometimes I think that what you could do with OTT as well would be insane, and I'm sure you get those offers. So I want to know.
See, the great part about OTT, you can tell stories that perhaps not all stories warrant a big screen, but they have own charm and value. There have been a couple of offers, which um, I just have to weigh them against what I'm doing in feature films. It's when that one correct one comes around that I will definitely take that plunge. I am doing something in the non-fiction space, however, which you'll know about soon.
Yeah.
But uh, yeah, I think I'm very excited about the slate because my next one is Jai Jordar,
There's one.
which is like I don't know how there was this. It's the first time I'm working with a first-time director after 10 years. Otherwise, I've worked with only the big daddies and mamas. Your Mr. Bansali and Rohit Shetty and Zoya Akhtar and Kabir Khan and Kajor. And this is like a wild card. But Adi Chop called me and he said, I have a miracle of a script on my table and I need you to hear it. I was like, okay, fine, I'll hear it. And I heard it, this new sensation, this kid. He gave me a narration. And I was laughing, crying. By the end of it, my box of tissues was over. And I was like, I agreed to do this film on the spot. Just as soon as the narration ended, this guy gave me a hug. Divyang Thakkar, the new director, he gave me a hug. He was bawling in my chest, and I was like, I was holding him, and this was how our narration went. The end of the narration, he's in my arms, bawling, and I was like, this is just too special, yes. So that with Yashraj, that's coming up, and it's a bit of a social dramedy. It's more of a comedy, It's like the closest reference is probably a Raju Rani film, where there's like a message, but it kind of comes in fluidly. It's okay. What we're talking about is serious business. It's very pertinent, very relevant, very pressing social issues that are plaguing our country even now in 2022. But it's rendered as an entertainer. It's like you're laughing through. Like for instance, Three Idiots. It's about the shortcoming of the education system, perhaps in India, and student suicides and stuff like that. But it's for the large part of comedy, and it's giving you a message, and it will also cry at some point when the time is right. So Jayesh Bhai Jodha is kind of in that like social comedy, dramedy space.
I want to tell something to you. You're also somebody who, through his films, manages to reflect what you believe in. Your personal politics reflects in some of your films. You do that quietly. You don't put out statements when it's required. But I think a lot of your work, whether it's Gully Boy, whether it's 83, the personal politics, whether it's in the harmony of the country, whether it's the class divide, I think you managed to do that. I'd like your comments on that bit as well. Is my observation correct?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you have to be aligned with what the film is trying to say. It's only then you're going to 100% be able to immerse yourself into the process and be aligned with the creative endeavor. You have to be aligned with what the film is trying to say. Um, I um, I do think that the politics of the film is always the prerogative of the director, of the filmmaker, of the storyteller, of the writer, of the director. Um, but to some degree, one has to align oneself with that. And yes, I am. There are different aims, different films. Circus, for example, which is a great segue to talk about my next release after Jayesh Bhai. Circus, for instance, Circus is like my goal, It is meant purely for entertainment. What are we saying? We're saying, bro, times are difficult. Everybody's having a tough time. Just we're having a crazy wild time over here. We're on this crazy ride. Hop on with us. Come into the theater for 2.5 hours. We will just leave your worries behind. We'll entertain you, make you laugh non-stop till your sides are splitting. And then after that you'll just feel light and lovely and you will have had a good laugh.
Yeah.
So it's not always that there is something to
Sure.
say. Um, but having said that, my sole purpose is to entertain. We started this interview, and in my first response, I told you that I find the journey of life to be an agonizing one, and I want to be that entertainer who alleviates the burden and the agony of existence.
Wow.
आओ मैं तो हंसा के रुला के थोड़ा हल्का कर देता हूँ यही तो मेरी कोशिश है I don't want anything to take away from my primary endeavor, which is to
Sure.
entertain people, which is to my I feel duty bound to entertain people. I really like my wife. The other day, we were at a party together, and she was like, I went to her and she was like, "Baby, it's like, where have you been?" You know. And she was like, when I came to, because she's used to this now, she's like, "Are you done now? Is everybody having a good time? Did you get party started? Is everybody entertained? Now can you come and eat something with me?" So she's used to it, and she was telling me, "Baby, it's you. You always take it upon yourself to entertain people." And I realized in that moment when I expressed myself to, I said, "Baby, I feel like a duty. I feel duty bound to entertain people." So that is a small example, but it is, when you look at it in a macro sense, that is that's what defines me. I feel duty bound to entertain people, again at the cost of sounding repetitive, to alleviate the agony of existence through entertainment. I feel like that's my duty and that's my purpose. Well, Circus, which is an out and out entertainer, a comedy that we're very happy to present to our beloved audience in these times. आओ हंसो सब बेफिक्र होके, सब फिक्र पीछे छोड़ जाओ, थिएटर में हंसो, हंस हंस के पागल हो जाओ, बच्चों को लेके आओ, पूरी फैमिली को लेके आओ. It's Rohit Shetty, man. He's like the master of the comedy genre. It's my first foray into out and out comedy. I have done comedies and dramedies before. This is an action comedies before. This is pure comedy. It's like, uh, the vibe. We've
Yeah,
got
this is the
Johnny
Golmaal
Lever,
genre for you.
we've got John Lever, Sanjay Mishra, Siddharth Jadhav, Varun Sharma, Vrajesh Ji. Sulbha Arya, Ashwini ma'am. It's it's a madcap ensemble. उसमें मेरा double role है. So it's just it's comedy, it's like out and out comedy. It's like, and who better to do it with than the master of the genre himself, with Shetty. It's like nobody does it better than him. And it's a family entertainer, which is another one of my endeavors. I want to be a part of films that doesn't alienate any section of the audience. As I grow, I'm in my mid-30s now, and I'm becoming more and more family oriented. um I'm always searching for those films which I can watch with my sister-in-law and my in-laws, with my parents and my sister and my wife all sitting together. I want those films where I can watch with my friends and family together. I'm now about friends and family, about the community. I want films. I want to make films, part of films, and offer those films to an audience which bring people together, you know, which which you can watch with your family. No, the older people aren't getting uncomfortable, or bored. Uh, films that are for everyone. Um, so I want to be a part of those family entertainers, and Circus is one such. Rocky or Rani is one such. Rocky or Rani Ki Prem Kahani is my first time with Karan Johar, and it is, I really believe in Karan as a filmmaker, in the sense that he's of course made some of the most cult films that we've ever seen. Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. Uh, it's almost like he invented his own brand of cinema. He invented a brand of cinema. He, it's everything that you love about Karan Johar's cinema. Every Karan Johar trope is been plucked and put into this. It's quintessential Karan Johar. It's a vintage Karan Johar. But still, of course, updated because it's 2022. So the glamour, the good-looking leads, those celebratory songs, those comedy, romance, the family dynamics, the family emotion, it's all about loving your family, right? Every trope that you love about Karan Johar's films, and we've not seen one film like this in so long.
Yeah.
Personally, I love those films.
Yeah.
So full on, it's going to be as quirkiest, zaniest, entertainment. I'm thrilled with the way it's shaping up. I haven't seen anything yet, but our editor Nitin Bed, who also edited Gully Boy and 83, is editing Rocky or Rani Ki Prem Kahani. He's seen the stuff and he's thrilled. He's like, "Man, what are you guys up? What are you doing?" It is, it's too entertaining. So he's like the doctor, right? So you got to, like, the doctor says it like it is. So he thinks it's very high on entertainment, which is very reassuring for us who are now in the shooting process. So yes, I'm tremendously excited about my upcoming slate.
I called it Resolutions with Ranveer Singh. I'm going to name an important part of your life. Resolutions with Ranveer Singh, resolution in the department of films.
Entertainment.
Fair enough. What about fashion?
More of the same. Continue to express myself freely. Um, sans not being affected by uh, judgment. I'm having fun with it, and I intend to continue on in the same way. I will wear whatever makes me happy, and people can say whatever they want. Um, I'm just gonna do me,
I love that. Fans.
Try and connect more, try and give back more. They shower me with so much love. Take out time, effort, energy, and give it back. Stay connected in the way that I have, but do more. There are a bunch of my fans who I know on a first basis. I'm updated with what's going on in their lives. They followed my journey since Ban Baja Bharat, and um, you know, they matter to me ever so much. They mean a lot to me, and to stay connected with them and to be a part of their life and give back the love that they selflessly shower on me.
Awards, because I have a feeling you're going to sweep all of them.
um, uh, with in all humility and with all modesty, with my head bowed down and with my hands folded, uh, accept and embrace the appreciation, take it as a pat on the back, and use that encouragement that you're getting, and and channel it into energy. um, be motivated to do more, to take bigger risks, do bigger things, better things. um, Use that kind of validation to propel you forward.
Perfect. Last one is love and family.
um, Love and family, yeah, just spend more quality time. I think I've um, cultivated a life and lifestyle where my circle is very small. Just any downtime that I do manage to get, my first thought is my wife, my family, my closest friends, um, who are very few, just three of them, really. And yeah, my circle is really intimate, really small, just the way I like and want it. And when it comes to that, I just intend on managing my time more efficiently, such that I'm able to spend more quality time with my friends and family, and create memories.
Perfect. I hope all your resolutions come true. Thank you, Ranveer. You are the
Thank
entrepreneur of the year. And I'm sure as a producer, how happy is Deepika that she also got to produce this? And I'm sure, please give a lot of love from my side.
Most certainly a feather in the cap for her, badge of honor for her. But let me tell you, the coolest part about all of this is the amount of love I'm getting from her. I'm getting a lot of extra affection ever since she's seen my,
Oh,
and that's the best part about it.
so cute. You have a lot of fun. Go chill. You deserve it. Thank you once again. Lots of love, Ranveer. And a very happy new year to everyone and happy new year to you.
Thank you, Rudro. Great speaking with you. Enjoy
Bye.
time in Dubai.
Bye. Thank you.